morning, good evening and good afternoon YouTube. Welcome back to channel and welcome back to Kutina, Croatia, my hometown. Now we're gonna talk today a little bit about cost of living in Croatia because we did make a video about cost of living in Ireland, so I thought it would be best to compare and make me figure out why all of this is so empty. So let's figure that out with a small, I believe, twist at the end waiting for us. So without any delay. Wow, it is hot as hell here today. It's 35 C. I don't know Fahrenheit, but I'm sure you can Google it. But yeah, without any delay, first topic we're gonna tackle, I guess, is food. Now, in a video about cost of living in Ireland, I said I spend around 200 to 250 euros on food per month. Now, I also did say that I'm a little bit specific because I only have one big meal, let's say, per day, and most of the people have lunch and dinner, so it is, just keep that in mind. My dad told me that statistics for Croatia says that people spend 30 to 35% of average Croatian wage on food, which is approximately 400 euros. Now, that is obviously a lot, but that is more or less a problem with wages here. If you're eating out, let's start with that. We said that in Ireland, a normal, I don't know, nothing special, nothing fancy, just like a pizza or, I don't know, fish and chips or some kind of breakfast meal or something will cost you 15 to 20 euros. Now, I have to say it is a little bit cheaper here, but not a lot. We did order a pizza just a few days ago here and it was 10 euros, which is not so different from Galway. Actually, there is 12 to 13 for a normal size pizza. So yeah, I don't know. You can make your own conclusions. I'll sit down because of the shade. And I do have a lot of notes, so you will excuse me reading stuff. I went to the shop now, to Kaufland, which is the shop that's the same size as Lidl in our neighborhood in Galway city. So let's compare some stuff and then we can draw some conclusions. So bread in Ireland is around €1 for 400 grams. It's 1 to 175 here for 500 grams. So we can say it's more or less the same. Butter, I did find the same butter here and in Ireland, the Kerrygold one. It's 350 in Ireland and it's 350 here. Absolutely the same price. Tea, much cheaper in Croatia, around 250 for berries in Galway, and it's 90 cents to 150 here, so that's cheaper. Cheese, cheddar cheese, so we're comparing the same thing. 250 in Ireland, 240 in Croatia. Almost the same, just a little bit cheaper. I think that's the correct. And potatoes are 150 to 2 for a kilo in Ireland, and they're €1 for 1 kilo here. More or less, I think you can start to see the problem, I would say, because it's not much cheaper here, and it should be, which we'll talk about why later. That's the twist at the end. But yeah, food is generally more or less the same. I would say I didn't check the prices of steaks and meat here, but I know that those kind of stuff are cheaper in Ireland. Chicken, steaks, beef steaks obviously, but yeah, those kind of stuff are cheaper in Ireland for sure. Now drinks, the all important drinks, not just alcoholic ones. Let's first talk about the shops again. For a bottle of beer in Ireland, I think 209 is the cheaper one, is the Lomza or Lomja, I don't know how to pronounce it, 209 if I'm not mistaken, up to, of course, I don't know, 4 or 5 euros for a bottle of some craft beer or something like that. Here it's 120, 130 in a shop, I think, something like that, so much cheaper. If you want to talk bars, it's Guinness starts at 5.50 now. I think that's the cheapest one in Galway, and then of course up to 11, 12, 13 euros for craft ones. Here in my hometown, beer is 250 in a bar. Of course, going up to, let's say 5, 6 for craft ones, something like that. So much cheaper than in Ireland. And same goes for tobacco. I know I digress a little bit, but tobacco is 4 times more in Ireland than it is here. That is actually a huge difference. Back to drinks. Cokes and, I don't know, Fantas, teas, coffees, all of that, basically all the stuff you can and you would get in a bar, it is cheaper here. I wouldn't say considerably, depending on the town, but yeah, it's cheaper here. You also do have to have in mind that my city, called Kutina, I don't know if I mentioned that, hopefully you're watching some drone shots of it, if I didn't mess that up. Is cheaper than bigger cities. Kutina is a place with 15,000 people, let's say, if you're optimistic. I don't think it's even that. But yeah, if you go to bigger cities, like if you go to capital, to Zagreb, it gets much closer to Galway. I wouldn't say to Dublin. I would say it's more or less just maybe 10% cheaper than Galway. So that's a big difference from where I am now. If you go to the coast of Croatia, in the middle of the tourist season, I guess, I have no idea, you will pay a lot more than in Ireland. Like I saw places that have a normal 500 ml beer for 9 euros, which is double. No, it's not double the price in Galway, but you get what I mean. You would pay 5.56 for that in Galway. So yeah, coast in Croatia can be expensive, but again, it doesn't have to be. It depends on a spot where you are and where you like to go. Just avoid the tourist centers and you'll be fine. In our cost of living in Galway video, in Galway in Ireland, we talked about transportation, and that's a little bit hard to compare because in a place the size of this, we don't have a public transportation. Here it's just too small to have everything, so I'll compare it to Zagreb. So in Galway, bus Iran is, I think it's 240 now for a ticket for, you know, one trip. In Zagreb, it is much cheaper. I think it's 50 something cents for a ride, and you can use it any tram or a bus for the next 30 minutes, I think, which is, yeah, a lot different because in Galway you pay 240, and if you have to change a bus, you need to pay another ticket. So yeah, that's a big difference. Rents and the famous housing crisis, which Irish people believe it's unique for Ireland, and it is not. Anywho, renting. Now, again, hard to compare this place to Galway, so we'll compare Zagreb, again, capital of Croatia. Prices there go from 400, 450, I would say, and up, which is, I would say, 50% of the prices you would pay in Galway. But yeah, I will talk just a little bit about that housing crisis thing again. So, as I already said, that is not unique to Ireland, whatever people think or believe. I will stand by what I said. The prices did go up considerably in Zagreb in the last 5 or 6 years, and the same happened to my hometown here. Now the problem here is it's a small place, I told you, 15,000 people tops, and there is simply nothing to rent here. There is few apartments, and then when something shows up, it is gone in a matter of hour, and there are people here who are using that. Like just on my mom's example, she literally she didn't have to move out, but her landlord kept raising the prices 2 times per year last 2 years. So rent in a small apartment here in Kutina got up to 350 euros, which is, I would say, just 50 euros cheaper than things in Zagreb. There's always idiots. But yeah, my point is, when you hear stories about landlords in Ireland doing this and doing that, again, not unique to Ireland. I'm sorry. You can tell me in the comment section, and I would like you to, why I'm an idiot. And if you think I'm wrong, just tell me why I'm wrong, because I'm sure someone will. But yeah, again, comparing apples to apples, is that what you say? Yeah, rent is cheaper in Croatia, but you also have to keep in mind how smaller the wages in Croatia are, but that will be at the end of this video. It's sit the hell down time again. I don't know what I was thinking walking around at 2 p.m. and filming this, but yeah, time to do some reading again. Bills. So this is from my dad's house, which is a pretty similar sized house, I would say, to the one we live in Galway. So let's go one by one. Internet. 44 euros is what we're paying in Ireland for Virgin, 29 euros here in my hometown, so cheaper in Croatia. Electricity, this is a little bit different because electricity in Ireland, as most of you know, is paid every second month, and you pay it every month here. But if you divide it and to get a monthly amount, it's around 60 euros for us, for our house in Ireland, and it is around 30 for my dad's house here. So it's, yeah, 50% of the price. Something's attacking me here. Let's get up. Random stuff. I know in our video about cost of living in Ireland, I said I spent around 200 euros monthly on just, you know, going out, having drinks with friends, food here and there. And Lorraine said she spends a lot more because she likes buying stuff she mostly doesn't need. But yeah, it's, if you combine our figures together, it's from around 200 for me to about 400 for her, depending on a month. So where's the twist, you might ask? And yes, I did change location again. It was too hot, so I'm home now. Anywho, the prices are what they are. You realized by now that it's not that much cheaper in Croatia. Some stuff are, but some stuff are cheaper in Ireland, which is surprising. Why, you ask? Well, because the average wage in Ireland is just over 3,200 euros, according to Google. And in Croatia, it is less than 50% less. That was weird English, but yeah, it is 1,620 euros. See where the problem is? Prices here are not 50% of the prices in Ireland. They are more or less the same if you take some average. So yeah, maybe that answers the question of the empty town around me you saw, but who am I to judge? Comment section, tell me what you thought about this. If you like this, press the like button. If you didn't, press the dislike one. If you loved it, consider our Patreon. This video is made possible by Patreons. Especially, I have to say thank you to Tyler, because he borrowed me his little camera for my Croatia trip, which is also the reason you will be getting cooking videos again, because now I can do them because I have two cameras. But yeah, see you in the next one.